Defeated forces trying to create split, Prime Minister. Bangladesh to get Chinese help to thwart interference. Over 32,000 primary teachers to be appointed. Those were the headlines. Good evening, I am Shahzan Ehsan with English Bulletin. Although defeated forces are trying to create split, the government is working to establish peace and discipline in the country. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman made the remark in his address to the inaugural of Nodrul Year 2026-27 on Thursday. The Prime Minister got virtually connected to the event from his office at the Secretariat. Going beyond the protocol, the Prime Minister invited the people from the cultural arena to express their emotion and feelings first on Nodrul Year. In his address as the chief guest, the Prime Minister said rebel poet Qazi Nazrul Islam beheld whole Bangladesh in the very core of his heart. His poems and songs were the prime inspirations in the Liberation War and all other movements. Earlier, the Prime Minister inaugurated first day cover and logo marking Nodrul Year. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has unveiled the cover of a book written on Shohid President Ziaur Rahman titled Valiant Statesman Ziaur Rahman. The event took place at the Prime Minister's office at the Secretariat on Thursday afternoon. The three-part book highlighted different aspects of President Ziaur Rahman's governance of the state, his development ideology and his multi-dimensional contribution. Prime Minister's Press Secretary Saleh Shibli and Additional Press Secretary Atikur Rahman Rumon were present at the time. China will help Bangladesh to thwart in any case of foreign interference in internal affairs. Chinese ambassador to Bangladesh, Yao Wen, made the remark at a press conference at the Chinese embassy in the capital on Thursday. The press conference was called to brief the media about Prime Minister Tariq Rahman's recent China visit. The Chinese ambassador, who was also present in Beijing during Prime Minister Tariq Rahman's tour, said highest level of bilateral ties has been established through Prime Minister's China tour. He said China has such ties with 20 countries across the world. Among the Southeast Asian countries, Pakistan has this type of relationship with China. Now, Bangladesh will enjoy the same status. There is no legal bar for appointment of 32,500 head teachers in the primary schools. A four-member appellate division bench headed by Chief Justice Zubair Rahman Chaudhary pronounced a verdict on Thursday, settling the case on the matter. The verdict cleared the way for appointment of 32,500 head teachers in the primary schools. Talking on the matter, Minister for Education, Primary and Mass Education, Dr. Ahsanul Haq Milon, said a week ago he mentioned about the initiative to appoint 32,500 head teachers in primary schools that got stalled due to court's stay order. HSC and equivalent exams of 2026 began across the country under 9 general boards, Bangladesh Technical Education Board and Bangladesh Madrasa Education Board on Thursday. A total of 12,70,580 students are from 943 educational institutions are taking part in this year's HSC and equivalent exams. This is, for the first time, the students of 9 general boards are appearing in the exams under the same question papers. Strict security arrangements were seen around the exam centers to check incidents of copying. The members of the law enforcement deployed there had body-worn cameras with them. Earlier, Education Minister Dr. Ahsanul Haq Milon warned of stern action against the in charge of the exam centers in case of incidents of copying. Now, a short break. We'll be back soon with TIB wants independent human rights commission. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. Transparency International Bangladesh TIB has called for forming an independent human rights commission free of government's control. Executive Director of TIB, Dr. Iftikhar Zaman, made the call from an open discussion on the draft of Human Rights Commission Act at the Midas Center in the capital on Thursday. He said keeping some clauses of the previous law intact in the draft proves government does not want an independent human rights commission. The TIB Executive Director also said the jurisdiction of the Human Rights Commission to launch independent inquiry against any member of the law enforcement and making recommendations to take action has also been abolished. That was there in the Ordinance of 2025. Now, news around the world. US-Iran concluded indirect technical talks in the Qatari capital Doha on issues related to the MOU signed on June 17. Qatar mediators claimed the talks made positive progress. Qatari Foreign Ministry spokesperson Majid Al-Ansari said Qatar-Pakistan mediators held separate talks with US-Iranian delegations in Doha. The talks involving chief negotiators and specialist teams made positive progresses. Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Kazem Gharibabadi said part of Iran's frozen assets of $6 billion would be used to buy goods that Tehran needs. Besides, a communication channel will be established with Washington to report breaches of the interim deal. US Vice President J.D. Vance said talks were held on Hormuz Strait and discussions about nuclear issue would start soon. Russia secretly authorized high-level Chinese military training for its troops last year. The program was personally approved by President Vladimir Putin's defense minister and directly involved senior commanders from both the countries. This information revealed in a report by Reuters cited that European officials and a classified Russian document reviewed by the news agency. Report said the classified cooperation was sanctioned by Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov in August 2025 on the authority of Putin's administration. In accordance with Belousov's decision, a delegation from Russia's armed forces traveled to China to participate in training exercises at People's Liberation Army (PLA) facilities. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. Defeated forces trying to create split, Prime Minister. Bangladesh to get Chinese help to thwart interference. Over 32,000 primary teachers to be appointed. TIB wants independent human rights commission. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us.